again because last week I talked about the power of a 4-day water fast and we got a lot of comments. A lot of you are interested in it. I've got over in my resetter group, I've got a bunch of people that are on 4-day water fast right now. Some of them are doing dinner to dinner fasting. And there has been a lot of discussion in that group about what is fasting actually doing for you. I think there is so much misinformation out there on fasting and people are really scared of it. But when you actually look at the studies, current studies on fasting, it's pretty remarkable on what it does for your body. So two of the most common studies and the most popular studies, I talked about this last week on my fasting video. One was the guy who won the Nobel Prize a year ago for something called the Tofu Gene. They found that when you restricted food for up to about 15 hours, that the cell would actually start to eat itself. The inner part of the cell would eat toxins. So it would eat the bad things. It's a natural detoxifier. That happened with what we call intermittent fasting. So that's about 15 hours. Now, what a lot of us are doing, like today I'm on day 3 of a 4-day water fast. It's Wednesday. I haven't eaten since Sunday night. And what we found with a 4-day water fast, and specifically on day 3, a study out of the University of Southern California showed that you get a surge of stem cells. So what are stem cells? Why does this happen? There were 3 things, and I want you to look. I love to do the visual. I'm a big drawer. There were 3 things that they noted in this study. The first thing is on day 3 of restricting food, so no food, they took patients, their study was done on patients with cancer who are going through chemotherapy. And one of the things that happens with chemotherapy is that when they throw all those toxins into the immune system, not only it kills the cancer, but it kills the whole immune system, which is why so many cancers keep coming back after chemotherapy. So they said, well, what if we fast these patients 3 days before they go into the chemotherapy? What would their white blood cell count be like? And what they found is that on the 3rd day of the fast, on water fasting, that the white blood cell count actually plummeted. Okay, so that sounds right off the bat scary, right? It's like, well, I don't want it to go down, I want it to go up. But what the body, because your body is a miracle and it knows what to do exactly at the right time always, is when that white blood cell count went down, it all of a sudden simultaneously created a burst of stem cells. And as the stem cells went up, it also caused something called a pKa enzyme to go down, which this enzyme has been linked with accelerated aging, it's been linked with cancer, it's been linked with tumor growth. So as the 3-day fast signaled to the body, hey, white blood cells are going down, the body immediately went into this heightened repair stage. Now, if you're not familiar with stem cells are really interesting because they're in babies, right? You know, there's a lot of research right now about embryonic tissue and how do we take the stem cells from those and inject them into body parts. They're looking at it for the brain. Can we inject it into Alzheimer's patients? They look at low, in the low back disc area, there's a lot of people that are getting stem cells injected into there. Some people are getting stem cells taken from their bone marrow, their own bone marrow, and having them injected into other areas. Well, you don't have to inject it. You can actually get this from a 3-day water fast, where you restrict your food and caffeine and drinks. You're just doing water for 3 days, and you'll start to get these stem cells increasing. And research is showing us that there are a lot of diseases it's helping with. It's repairing heart disease, because when you get a burst of stem cells, what it does is it starts to repair any injured cells. So it's repairing the heart, it's repairing the brain, it's repairing bones. So a lot of athletes, like I mentioned, are using stem cells as a way of repairing injuries. I can tell you I had a Achilles tendon injury that I've been kind of nursing for the last couple of weeks. And right now on the 3-day fast, I don't feel any sign of it at all. And I was feeling it in every single step that I'm taking. So prior to the fast. So I'm really curious to see what the longevity of that is. Eyesight, it can improve. A lot of people with glaucoma and macular degeneration, any kind of challenges in the eyes. Most people don't realize that we have the most amount of mitochondria in our retina, and the eyes are a common place where toxins accumulate. So any major eye disease or problems, stem cells can help with that. Lung disorders, asthma, bronchitis, blood diseases. They're even looking at leukemia, and they're seeing that if they can get a burst of stem cells, it can really slow down the progression of leukemia. Diabetes, they're finding the pancreas is regenerating when you get a burst of stem cells, both type 1 and type 2. A burst of stem cells will help regenerate that area. Liver diseases, muscle repair, kidney problems. The sky's the limit when you get a burst of stem cells. It truly is. So the topic of this video is fasting the fountain of youth? And I would say, without having to spend a lot of money on any supplements or powders or anything like that, this is really truly the fountain of youth. This is the slowest way, the best way to slow down the aging process and to heal your organs and to slow down the progression of any cancer cells that are in your body. You know, they say that all of us are walking around with about 10,000 cancer cells inside of us at any given moment. So one of my prevention for cancer strategies is 2 4-day water fasts a year. I did one in spring. I'm doing one here in the fall. And I'm using my own innate intelligence of my body and the wisdom that my body was built with. I'm using that to help accelerate the healing of not only the organs, not only skin, but of my brain. So I can't say enough about a fast. If you want to know if you're going to be exhausted, I'm 3 days and I'm doing great. You know, there are ups and downs. If you want to know more about what it's like to fast, just put Resetter group in the comment section. I'll let you into the Resetter group. We have over 600 people in there. A lot of them are doing the fast with us. It's been really fun to see all the results. So I hope that was life-changing information, because fasting has been life-changing for my patients. And I'm just excited to share not only the research, but the experience we're seeing in here. So hope that helps. Have an awesome day.